Joe's Corner 76. I'll be commenting on issues that affect the human condition. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Breaker, Spotify, Google Podcast, Anchor FM, and Radio Public, and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76. I would love to hear from you. To change the human condition, we need to be engaged. Climate change, fact or myth? There are those with their heads in the sand who deny climate change is here. They think we're just going through another natural cycle. We live on spaceship Earth, and we have nowhere else to go. All of the evidence we have points to the fact that we have a small window of opportunity to halt climate change. This is a worldwide challenge, and we can only meet it with our total cooperation. What is the cause of climate change? Human activity is the main cause of climate change. Over time, people have burned fossil fuels and converted vast areas of forest to farmland. These actions have produced carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, which is the main cause of human-induced climate. Carbon dioxide stays in the atmosphere for a long time. It is called a climate forcer because it pushes the climate to becoming warmer by affecting the amount of energy entering and leaving the Earth. Small changes in the sun's energies that reach Earth can cause some climate change, but since the Industrial Revolution, adding greenhouse gases has been 50 times more powerful than the sun's rays. This additional gas in the atmosphere has a strong effect on our climate. Future greenhouse gas emissions will determine the extent of climate change. What is climate change? Climate change is a long-term change in weather conditions shown by changes in temperature, rainfall, winds, and other indicators. Climate change causes change in average conditions. For example, extreme events like drought or heat waves. The Earth's climate changes naturally all of the time, but its long-term temperatures are regulated by a balance of the energy coming into and leaving the Earth. This determines the Earth's energy balance. Any factor that causes a sustained change in the energy levels can lead to climate change. What issues are causing climate change? Natural factors can affect Earth's climate, such as volcanic activity, solar output, and the Earth's orbit around the sun. Volcanic eruptions only have short-term effects on climate change. Solar changes in radiance have caused some climate change over the past century, but the addition of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere has been over 50 times that of solar change. Human activity, such as burning fossil fuels and converting forest to agriculture, affect the climate. The buildup of greenhouse gases because of these activities have the potential to warm the planet to levels never experienced in human history. These changes will have profound effects on our environment, society, and economy. What are some of the effects of climate change. The ice caps are melting at an alarming rate. This causes a rise in ocean levels. Ocean levels have risen 10 to 20 centimeters over the last century. The rising sea levels will cause flooding, storm surges affecting freshwater supplies. Low-lying coastal areas and islands will be covered over. With more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the sea will absorb more, causing the waters to become more acidic. Rising temperatures will warm the oceans, and they will contain less oxygen. This will result in harm to ocean ecosystems and coral reefs. Climate change will alter the migration of plants and animals and disease-causing effects to humanity. Freshwater sources are affected. Snowbanks and glaciers that supply fresh water are declining in many parts of the world. Hot days are becoming hotter and more frequent. Hurricanes will become more frequent. Heavy rains and snowfalls will continue. Droughts are more frequent. This affects agricultural production worldwide. Farmers in the third world are particularly hard hit. They don't have the resources to cope. The world will have to come to their aid. Food supply will be affected. We could see large groups of climate refugees. This can affect national security. There could be armed conflict over food scarcity. We need to change our agricultural methods to meet this challenge. Climate change is causing the extinction and decline of many species, some of which are vital to our food supply. What can we do about climate change? In a world of 7 billion people, each of us is a drop in the bucket. But with enough drops, we can fill every bucket. David Suzuki. At present, I don't think any of the political parties are offering a plan that fights climate change. Get politically active. We must start to realize we have to fight climate change on the same basis we fought World War II. We need to go all out until the enemy is defeated. We can do something right now to fight climate change. Use energy wisely, save money, wash clothes in cold water, unplug electronics when not in use, and use energy efficient lights. Have a home energy survey done. Use renewable energy. Ask the government to work with industry to get cost-efficient ways to develop renewable energy. Eat for a climate-stable planet. Eat less meat. Don't waste food. Grow your own. Start a climate conversation. Hear how climate change has affected us all. Ask what should be done. Green your commute. Take public transit, ride a bike, fly less, buy hybrid. Invest in renewable energy. Urge the increased use of hydro and nuclear power. They have no emissions. Support youth-led movements on climate change. They are the ones who will be here for the future. Who is most concerned about climate change? A survey done shows people in Latin America and Africa regard climate change as the number one global threat. In Europe and the US, we're split along party lines. In the US, a survey found the ages that thought global warming was a serious threat in their lifetime was ages 18 to 34, 48% yes. 35 to 54, 38% yes. Ages 55 and older, 31% yes. Scientists who believe global warming is occurring, ages 18 to 34, 73% yes. 35 to 54, 69 said yes. Ages 55 and older, 58% yes. There are many other statistics out there, and they do support global warming. Do some research on your own. How long do we have before we're at the point of no return? In one survey, scientists who monitor the atmosphere and the health of the ocean state that if the current annual rate of carbon dioxide increases of 1.92 parts per million means we could reach the point of no return by 2042. Some scientists state climate change will reach the point of no return when dangerous climate changes spark droughts, heat waves, hurricanes, and floods. They think it will be 2035 if no vital changes are made. The real point is climate change has to be resolved. What type of political change do we need to effect real climate change? This is a worldwide problem, and only concerted political action that acknowledges we are at war with Mother Nature will do. We need to tell all of our politicians we're as mad as hell, and there's no time left. They have to act now. Governments, individuals, and industries have to have incentives to get off fossil fuels. We need to create more carbon sinks and plant more forests. Local entities have to solve problems by using solar panels, wind power, and even seeing if they can produce more hydro. Government needs to put plans in place to alleviate the effects of climate change. Millions need to take part in climate change action. If we don't act now, we face, at the worst, extinction, and at a very minimum, a harsh life and a harsh environment. Get involved. Your life depends on change. Tell me, are we on the eve of destruction?